came out and said last week that Aaron Rodgers has played his last game or played his last snap as a Packer. Do you think? Do you think he knows?
AJ Hawk and James Jones have come out saying, "Oh, this is fixable," and I think Aaron Rodgers will be the quarterback for the Packers next.
So, but do you think Brett Favre has some insight, because obviously he knows Aaron? They were teammates for a couple of years, and
the other two, and I'd say they probably know him better than Favre.
And they know the organization and how it's ran and who it's ran by and everything. Obviously, Brett Favre never, had Matt LaFleur as a coach, but
LaFleur is not going to make this decision.
Yeah, no, but AJ Hawk is also on Pat McAfee's show every day for like the last hour or two, and you could tell Pat McAfee wants AJ to kind of say what he knows, but AJ, out of respect for Rodgers, isn't really talking about it much. And quite frankly, he probably doesn't know much about it. Like, he's probably, out of respect for Aaron, not asking him and bugging him about it. But then also Pat McAfee knows Aaron Rodgers, because during the season, every Tuesday? Yeah, every Tuesday for at least an hour. Yeah. And that's when he was talking about that whole, like, I know my future is not in my hands, so I can't say that I'll be a Packer for my whole career because it's not up to me. And then that whole quote went wild. Yeah.
He saw this play out with Favre.
Yeah.
Firsthand, essentially.
So, I mean, I don't see him getting traded. I don't see him retiring. I say they don't give him the contract extension. Aaron takes that as...
Something came out about that. Something did come out about that that's saying, like, the money-wise per year.
Yeah.
Again, the years don't add up here because, again, he's 38. They wouldn't offer him, like, this exact deal. But the money per year was in the Mahomes era.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the guy just won an MVP. So...
But again, they're saying, like, okay, if this story is true, then money's not driving you, Rodgers.
It's the years.
You want to win a Super... No, it's the years and all that, but also I think this is honestly about his ego.
I mean, he's got a Super Bowl. Nobody's going to say he's a chump quarterback.
Again, the knock on him is that, only one? You're this good?
Yeah. How many MVPs? 2?
3.
3? Oh, I thought it was 2.
It was just his... Well, it was 2 up until,
a couple months ago. Yeah. But, no, I think... After all it's said and done, Aaron's going to play out the contract that he has now, and he's got, 1 year left on the deal? 2 years?
I think it's like 2 or 3, and I'm going to hold what I said.
2.
Yep, I thought that he was in 2 years after the Jordan Love pick, that he'd be gone, traded or something.
Well, I think next year if they trade him, it's not a massive cap hit, because most of the cap hit is like this next year.
Oh, no, it's minimal. It's minimal if they wait a year.
Yeah, like if they trade him now, it's like, a $34 million cap hit? And if they wait till June...
I think it's 21, I think.
And then if they wait till June 1st and it takes off like $4 million of the cap hit, but that's still a massive cap hit to take for somebody that's not playing on your team.
I think after next year, it goes down like significantly, like under $10 million.
But then, then I would pull the trigger on that then, especially since after this year, the salary cap is actually supposed to grow a lot. So, I mean, this year it went down for the first time ever, right? Yes? No?
Yeah, and it's going to be recouped by all the sports betting that's going to be pumped into this business.
Yeah. Yeah, the NFL already came out talking about Roger Goodell was talking about how he wants to expand the brand in sports betting. They want to come up with partnerships with sports books.
He's smart when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, and
Why do you think Bally got the rights to the company? They're in most of the states in the country. They're going to put live sports bets, results, and options and lines right on the screen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, they already do that. Like, you look at the ticker on ESPN at the bottom of the screen, it'll say Twins, at Detroit Tigers, even though they didn't play today because it's been raining all day in Detroit, and it'll say the team's records in parentheses, and then they'll say the money line and then the over-under. So who's the favorite and then the over-under for scores or for runs or whatever. Every single sporting event. It's right there on the ESPN ticker.
If you want my true opinions on the Rodgers situation, I'll let you know.
Okay, so is he going to be a quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, in your opinion, starting September?
If it was up to the team, yes.
If it was up to him, I'd say yes, too.
Nope.
Yeah.
He wants out.
Well, again, he wants out.
I'm going to say he's going to be gone, and after June 1st, when the cap hit gets lowered, they're going to trade him because they have to.
That's the money. Yep. That's the money.
Is it still going to be Denver, though? Because everybody thought Denver was going to go after Mac Jones when San Francisco didn't take him.
I told Eric about my kind of long shot team in the Aaron Rodgers quote unquote sweepstakes. As you were taking a piss.
Yeah.
If you want to hear about it. So.
Well, it's going to be an AFC team. They're not going to trade him to anybody in the NFC.
Well,
Eric,
that's where Brian doesn't agree with him.
Eric, tell me what you thought about my kind of long shot prediction on that. Did it make
I understand
sense
that's
to
a
you,
long
or?
shot, but it would also be the most you'd probably receive back. So it really depends on if the Packers are trading right now, do they feel like they can compete for another Super Bowl within the next 3 years? Or Aaron Rodgers is still in the league?
Well, remember, they took the hit on trading Brett Favre. They took the immediate hit on getting rid of Favre for long-term potential success.
I mean, if you're going to trade him now, you got to get players back that are good and cheap and make the cap hit worth it.
But the team that
who's your long shot?
The team that I threw out was the Giants.
Ooh.
Here's
yeah,
why.
I mean, Danny.
Here's why. Here's why. I explained this to him. So, as insurance, you could get back like
Daniel Jones
as a potential. I mean, the plan is still Jordan Love because you drafted him first. So
yeah, make it a quarterback battle in training camp between Jones and Love.
Here's what I threw out.
Earn the job.
I threw out to Eric. Here's what I threw out to Eric. I'm questioning how much Denver would actually offer for Aaron Rodgers.
How much do they got?
No. Shut up. Yo, hold on. They've got a new GM, George Payton, just came over from the Vikings front office.
Yeah.
His job is not on the line, so he doesn't need to make this bold move for a player. Dave Gettleman, the GM with the Giants, his job is on the line, so he has to think a little bit bolder and potentially kind of give up a lot to get something. And the Giants in the next draft, from what I kind of was researching, I need to actually, confirm that. But they have 2 firsts,
I'll confirm
a second, 2 thirds, and a 2 fourths. So they could potentially give up a first, a second, a third, and a 4th round pick next year, and still have a first, third, and fourth.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
Again, you have to. Again, that's just something I heard from the grapevine.
Okay, so they have the Bears' first round pick and then their own first round pick because so they get 2 first round picks next year because of the Justin Fields trade.
And the Bears, yep.
They
have 2 thirds.
They got 1 second round pick. They got 3 third round picks. So the second round pick they have right now is their own. And then they got 1 from the Dolphins that came from the Niners. And then a second one that came from the Dolphins. And then their own 3rd round pick. Then they got a 4th round pick from the Bears from the Justin Fields trade, plus their own 4th round pick. And then 5, 6, 7 is all 1 picks.
So like I said, potentially they could give up the most and still have some for themselves.
They can give up a first and a second and still have a first round pick.
They can give up a first, 2 thirds, and a fourth, and still have a first, third, and fourth.
Yeah, they have 3
And
seconds.
they could give up Daniel
or
Jones
3 thirds.
maybe a wide receiver or something. So,
Yeah, but if you give up if you give up one of your first and then a second, you still have a first round pick. And don't you think you can trade up two or a third round and one of your fourth rounds to get back into the second round?
Exactly. Like I said,
So-
the Giants could send the Packers a first, a second, a third, and a fourth, and still be fine on picks.
Yeah, because then you
No,
can
they could
trade.
Send them the fucking Bears. They could send them the Bears' first round pick.
Yeah. Give them the. Well, it depends because probably the Giants' first round pick will probably
Well,
be
they probably
higher
would want
than.
To, they probably want to keep the Giants would probably want to keep the Bears pick because if you get Aaron Rodgers, your first round pick is going to be lower. It's going to be more in like the potentially playoff team
High
area.
20s, mid 20s.
So you'd say no, take our pick. We want the Bears who will probably be shit. So,
Yeah, because they're probably going to throw out Justin Fields out there, and Lord knows
Yeah,
what's
they're
going to
gonna be
happen
doing
with
it.
that. So, yeah, I agree with that. If that's the NFC, any NFC team out there that could go get Aaron Rodgers, I agree with that. New York Giants, especially since
because I think they would give up the most because Dave Gettleman's job, their GM, is on the line. So
Well, not only that,
he has to think bold.
Aaron Rodgers is all about the spotlight. You can tell that by his Jeopardy.
yeah, I don't know.
wants to be-
I don't know if he can handle the New York market at all. The media market in New York. Oh God.
My
He's
thing
married
is, I
Danica
think
Patrick. He's married this other chick.
He hasn't
he
married
wants the
He hasn't
attention.
married anybody.
Yeah, he didn't marry Danica
No.
Patrick. They were just dating for like
Dated.
3 years.
He's engaged to this Shailene Woodley. So
Okay, whatever. Dated. He wants the attention. He wants to be on
no,
Hollywood.
he wants it. I just don't think he can handle it because
He
dude
wants
does
the
not like being
attention.
criticized.
Yeah, he
No,
wants
he
the
doesn't want
attention.
to be
He doesn't
criticized.
want the criticism.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, who wants
He
criticism?
hates what's
But-
happening right now. I can guarantee you that he hates what's happening right now because
My
everybody's
sleeper.
kind of questioning. Yeah. So,
My
Right.
sleeper for Aaron Rodgers is another team in the AFC West.
The Raiders.
Yep. Go
Yeah.
down to Las Vegas.
They would give up a lot.
Well, that was literally my next question because when on draft day when it was down to Denver and one other team, everybody was saying the other team was Las Vegas
the Raiders.
because
John Gruden. John,
well, John Gruden one likes to make a splash and loves to be get that attention, but two,
Kim Kardashian of NFL coach.
do you really trust Derek Carr as your long-term quarterback?
Well, obviously they thought no because they brought in Mariota.
Yeah, I mean, do you trust
Mariota
Mariota?
says hell, they would do whatever it takes to get a solidified quarterback.
I mean, they got weapons and they got their defense is a little shoddy, but they drafted pretty well on defense this year to fix that.
James,
So
I brought this up with Eric here too. Say the Broncos do get Aaron Rodgers. They would have a hard time competing for a division title, let alone a Super Bowl title.
well, yeah, because you got to play Mahomes twice.
And you have the Chargers, who are, kind of who people are hyping up. Especially me,
Yeah,
I'm a
but-
big guy, but
Well, they
Brian,
got
They also said about Tom Brady last year. They're like, okay, you're going to the Bucks, but you're also not going to be the favorite in your own division. The Saints
Yeah, I
were
get that.
at. I mean, there's nothing stopping a quarterback from coming into this league or coming to a new team and elevating that team to where it needs to be.
I just don't know if I would view Rodgers in the same way that I would like Brady in that case.
who does the Broncos even have like wide receiver threats, tight end threats?
Oh,
Cortland Sutton is a stud.
Yeah, I know that one, but
Jerry Judy, they drafted.
oh, I
first
forgot.
round
Yeah,
last
I
year.
forgot about Jerry Judy. Yeah.
And then Noah
Didn't they
Fant
just-
is Noah Fant is their tight end. He's pretty good too.
I thought they just picked up another guy too, but whatever.
Might have. Didn't they have a man? No, they don't have a manual. He was on like the Saints. wasn't he?
Who did the Saints get? Because they didn't go quarterback. Didn't they go like defense? Defensive line or something like that? It doesn't matter.
Linebacker, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah. Who cares? Fuck the Saints.
But Eric and I talked about this as we were on pause or something. Denver's probably a really good quarterback away from being a stud team. I just think it's I just don't think Denver's willing to give up as much as it would take for the Packers to deal him.
Well, with draft pick equity, yeah, the Giants have the most. Here, I'll look up what the